There are 3 V's that you need to engage in order to make very intentional, deliberate enhancements to your life, to even turn an interest to an activity that will improve your life and the life of others. Here are your 3 V's. You need values, you need vision, and you need velocity. Values are your beliefs. They're the guiding principles of your life. They're the standards you set that guide your life. They help determine what it is you will do and what it is you will not do. It is your values that helps to shape who you spend time with and who you don't spend time with, the kind of person you're willing to be around, the kind of individual you will not allow yourself to be around, the ways in which you will do work and won't do work, your values. They are the standards, the principles that guide your life. So here's a few examples. In personal life, it could be a personal value can be someone who is fiscally responsible. You're committed to being fiscally responsible in all of your dealings. Maybe as someone who's courageous, that you're not willing to back down just because something looks difficult. That a personal value of yours is showing courage, demonstrating courage, and taking risk. In marriage, it could be affection and intimacy, right? Strangely enough, that's not a value for everyone in a marriage, but being intentional about making sure that affection and intimacy is a part of the structure of your relationship. You're not leaving it to chance. You're not allowing other people to railroad your time. You're not allowing work. You're not even allowing your children to railroad your time of affection and intimacy. That could be a value in your marriage. Lord knows a lot of us, that's an area where we're constantly working through. In your work, of value can be someone who is an ethical decision maker. It doesn't matter how good it sounds or how much it will give you a leg up. You're committed to being someone that if it's not ethical, you will not engage in it. You will have no parts of it. You won't even entertain it because you're committed to being an ethical decision maker. Values are those things that help shape how you engage the world and how you engage others. They are a means of accountability to yourself for how you interact within the world and your sphere of influence. Then there is vision. I talk about this in another episode I did early on about the difference between vision and dreams. Visions and dreams are different. Dreams are inspiration, but vision is implementation. So what does that mean? A vision is a strategic map. It is a set of deliberate actions that you put in place that helps turn the mental picture of what you see possible into a reality. So you need your values that guide your life, what it is you will and will not do, who you will not spend time with, how you will and will not use your time, your energy, and your tangible resources. And you need vision. You need to be clear about the steps you're going to take to bring what it is you envision into reality. Those 2 pieces alone help you see how you begin to shift an interest into an area of enhancement that improves your life. Then there's velocity. Now, this one might be tricky for some, or makes it, how does that fit? Well, velocity is not about speed. Velocity is about how is the rate in which you're making progress towards a specific destination. Velocity is the rate in which you're making progress. You know that if you are very modest in your incorporation of macros and micros into your diet, depending on the ratio, that can impact the rate in which you'll make progress to achieving your goal to gaining more mass. Right? So velocity means you are paying attention to the amount of macros you have, the amount of macros you're taking in and micros you're taking in. You're paying attention to those ratios because you know if you take one more in than the other, it will impact the rate in which you make progress. One will help you get there faster than that. And so you're paying attention to the velocity, which means you're paying attention to the contributing factors. You're saying, what are the factors that contribute or demonstrate for me that I'm making progress? If you're doing a regular weigh-ins in the first month of being on this plan to gain more muscle mass, and you're seeing a shift from week to week, a particular rate of change as a result of the habits you've built in, then you can begin to have a sense of how long it will take you to get there, because you are paying attention to the rate in which you're making progress towards that specific destination. So you need to have values, clear values, a vision, a specific one, that strategic map for clear actions, and velocity.